Her parents always saying, girl, when you grow up, you're gonna find a nice man. Make sure you're pretty enough. You'll be living a life like Barbie and Ken. Come on, suck it up and forget this nonsense.
Explaining less common LGBTQ plus terms. Day 7. Genderfaun. Genderfaun is a fluid gender identity. A person who identifies as genderfaun feels connected to different genders during different times. But a genderfaun person never feels like a woman or any other feminine aligned gender. The opposite of genderfaun is genderfae, and a similar identity is genderflare. Flag does not include pink or red colors to show lack of femininity. Origami Pride Bottle Filling. Genderfaun Edition. Love to all my Genderfaun folks out there. Hope you have a wonderful day.
It's the return of the... Oh, wait, no, wait, you're kidding. He didn't just say what I think he did he? And Dr. Dre said, nothing, you idiots. Dr. Dre's dead, he's locked in my basement. Feminist women love Eminem. Chicka, 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 Slim Shady. I'm sick of him. Look at him, walking around, rapping his you-know-what, living a you-know-who. Yeah, but...
Pride flag meanings in 30 seconds or less. Genderfae, also sometimes called gender doe, is a term for a type of gender identity which is fluid between multiple genders but never male or masculine genders. This is different from the binary gender female because it may include genders other than male or female. It can be between male and female, the feeling of no gender, or any other non-binary gender. The masculine counterpart to Genderfae is Genderfaun, but I'll get to that in another video of...
This flag has recently been highly requested for me to show on my TikTok, but I don't get many orders for it, especially as a single flag order, which is a shame as it's a really beautiful flag and it's one of my personal favourites. It's the Genderfaun flag and the description is in the comments.
How bad could I possibly be? Let's see.
Hi! Are you able to make a small Genderfae bee? This is my first purchase with a small business. I've attached an image of the flag below. I wanted this plushie as I haven't come out to my family and needed something that could make me feel more at home and safe. I'm so happy that this plushie could potentially make you feel more safe. I'll set up a listing for you.
Hey now, don't be sad, I know we cannot stay, but we've got a couple minutes and a little time to play.
I know you have important things, so it's okay, just go.
But we can still pick one small little thing to do with you, you know. One small thing doesn't seem like a lot. One small thing, work with the time you've got. Soon one small thing becomes two. After two, perhaps another few. Then one small thing is not so small. One small thing can be the biggest thing of all. Alright, now since you're here.
And there's a million of us just like me, who cuss like me, who just don't give a fuck like me, who dress like me, walk, talk, and act like me. It just might be the next best thing, but not quite me.
I'm Slim Shady, yes, I'm the real Shady. All you other Slim Shadys are just imitating. So won't the real Slim Shady please stand up? Please stand up, please stand up. Cause I'm Slim Shady, yes, I'm the real Shady. All you other Slim Shadys are just imitating. So won't the real Slim Shady please stand up? Please stand up.
So out of all the flag options that I have on my website, I don't think there's one that I don't like painting, but there are ones that I do over and over as they're really popular. When I got this order through, I was really excited because one of the flags is one that I've never done before, the Genderfaun flag. Also on here is transmasculine and pansexual. And if you don't know what they mean, the descriptions are in the comment.
Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. He always been faking me out. He always been faking me out.
LGBTQ gender identity terms that you might not have heard of before, but I will explain to you. What is Genderfaun? Someone who is Genderfaun experiences fluctuations in gender, but never fluctuates to any feminine gender. For example, they could fluctuate from feeling a masculine gender, an unaligned gender, or a genderless gender, such as agender, but they never fluctuate to any feminine genders, such as demigirl, female, anything in between that, like Libra feminine. Some people consider it to be a non-feminine subset of gender fluid, so you just fluctuate to everything apart from feeling feminine. This is the other side of Genderfae, which I explained in a previous video. Now, just like Genderfae, there is a subset to this which is called Genderfaunit. Someone who is Genderfaunit experiences fluctuations in gender and can experience feminine genders, but never feels fully female. This is the opposite to Genderfae. Here's a short paragraph describing it. You can pause the video.
Can't the future just wait? Can't the deadlines come fashionably late? I could push every goal back, take control back if they'd roll back the rate at which time starts to fly. Never landing or standing by, never taking a break, ever making me retry. We nickel and dime every quarter to two. But maybe it's time to let time pass.
What do you have there, Brian? It's a cup of dirt. Just put an F on there and let me go home. Well, explain it. Well, it's a cup with dirt in it. I call it cup of dirt.
As strong as horses, we've got hearts. As strong as horses, we've got hearts. As strong as horses, we've got hearts. Hearts strong as horses. When we put our minds together, we can achieve. We're the cutie mark crusaders, and you should believe we've got determination to represent the nation for the win. We've got hearts as strong as horses. We've got hearts as strong as horses. We've got oh, and he don't know. Dug my key into the side of this pretty little souped-up four-wheel drive. Carved my name into this leather seat. I took a Louis and floated above headlights. Slashed a hole in our four tires. Maybe next time I'll think before he shoots.
This is a work of art. This is bullshit. This is a work of art. This is bullshit. This is a work of art. But this is bullshit.
No one cared about my opinion when I was a little kid. No one cared what I thought. Sometimes people would say, what do you think you're doing? But that just meant stop. They didn't actually want to know my thought process. They didn't want me to be like, well, I was gonna put this bottle rocket into this carton of eggs so that when I lit off the bottle rocket, the eggs would explode everywhere. Oh, well, that's very interesting. And what brought you to this experiment? Oh, well, thank you for asking. Well, you know how I'm filled with rage? I'm so horny and angry all the time, and I have no outlet for it, so... eggs.
Let's build another pride house based off of a pride flag. Today, we'll be building a house based on the Genderfaun flag. Genderfaun is a gender identity that pretty much means that the person may experience many genders, but they would never identify with feminine-leaning or female genders. These folk may be fluid between a bunch of masculine, unaligned, and other types of genders, but never any feminine genders. If you haven't noticed already, this identity falls under the gender fluid umbrella. I had trouble finding any content creators who identified with this, so if you are, or know any, tag them below. And as always, if you want to see a certain flag, comment below. Later.
So, more about Genderfae and Fae self-pronoun. I'm a non-binary transgender person in the witchcraft community. Understandably, I know a couple people who use these pronouns or a very similar set. The first thing to recognize is that these are neo-pronouns, and they have a lot of different versions. There are people who will use pronouns that are essentially this set, but are spelled totally differently or have different meanings behind them. And note, not all of the people who use these actually identify as Genderfae in any meaningful way, or Fae gender, which apparently means something different. Honestly, part of the draw of these particular pronouns is that they're a pun. Like, their pronouns sound like fair pronouns. It's cute. Stay tuned for a part 3, because hearing this particular thing called cultural appropriation doesn't sit well with me, and we need to hash that out.